I have a 2011 Chevy Aveo LT. I recently had to flush the radiator since the radiator fluid looked kind of gross. Looked like there had been a lot of pollutants in it. So I ended up flushing that, ran some coolant flush from Prestone, and everything was fine. The petcock, in case anyone else needs to know this, if you look on the driver's side part of the radiator down here, goes straight down there, driver's side, it'll be right at the bottom of the radiator on the driver's side. I ended up looking all over online. I ended up having to go to different forums and all that to figure out where it was. Half the internet seemed to think that I didn't have one. The other half thought it was on the passenger side. Ended up finding it. Now, it recommended, I think it was a 10mm or a 12mm socket wrench. I ended up using a pair of needle nose pliers. It was the only thing that I could find in my toolbox that had enough torque and power behind it. So, kind of take a look at what happened to this old one. Now, this one was the one that came with the car. Like I said, this is a 2011, so it just turned 10 years old. If you look right here, oh, like on this one you can't really see it, it's flush, whereas right here it's cracked, and that's not good, because right here, it not being sealed, let fluid leak out. In order to replace this, I ended up just using, I believe they were 10mm sockets here. Now back here, you have one of those little kind of like screw bolt looking things. I wasn't able to get it off correctly, ended up breaking it, so I ended up using a zip tie to put that back together. Not recommending people do that, just saying if it happens, it happens. I got this car used, so my recommendation is that if you do this job, you replace all these. I forgot to grab clamps, and like this one was a screw clamp, these two were grabber clamps, and it was just all over the place, kind of just a big pain in the butt. Also, I recommend that if you do this job, you buy yourself a big thing of cat litter, because if you spill any of the coolant on the ground, cat litter will actually soak it up into clumps, so you can sweep it up and throw it away, because coolant smells and tastes sweet to animals, and it is very dangerous and very deadly. So if you have any pets that you care about not murdering, I recommend you do that. Alright, have a good one.